I had a great question yesterday from a gentleman who has a 1993 300 ST. This car uses the W140 chassis and the 603.97 engine. Unfortunately, at 57,000 miles, this car had an engine failure and he had to contact Mercedes, who duly obliged and replaced the 603 engine with a factory rebuilt unit. Unfortunately, 180,000 miles later, the engine is starting to act up and the number one cylinder is low on compression. So the question that I got from my friend about this car was, do I keep the car? Do I fix the car? What do I do about it? How do I deal with this oil consumption? What do I do about my falling fuel economy? My response, well, when you're dealing with a 603 engine, whether it's in a 300 SDL, a 350 SD or SDL, a W140 chassis 300 SD, which was 92 and 93 only, or an S350 turbo diesel, you are at risk for a major engine failure at any time. The onset can be gradual or it can be spontaneous. You never know. However, these engines, not only were they susceptible to failure, they're also incredibly complicated to repair. And rebuilding one the right way is usually a $12,000 affair, if not more, plus labor to remove and install the engine. So you're really going to spend $18,000 to $20,000. What's the upside, you ask? Well, these are fantastic driving cars. I can't describe how good they are without using an analogy, so I will tell you that they are sort of like flying on a luxury jet or riding in a Pullman car. They are just too good to be true for a diesel engine. And are they worth the expenditure? Well, I would say a lot of the time, yes, especially if you have a nice W126 car. Now, the W140, because it was built with planned obsolescence in mind, may not be as good a candidate, but what you can do to fix the engine is to replace the valve guides if you see the slightest sign of oil consumption, and this will keep oil off of the tops of the pistons. Oil does not burn well and it causes connecting rods to bend. If you do have a developing problem in the bottom end of the engine, you will probably need to sleeve it, but while you're in the process, it's a good idea to replace all of the connecting rods with ones from the 606 turbo diesel, which actually fit right away in the 603.97 engine. Anyway, if you have specific questions about the benefits or the difficulties of owning any Mercedes with the 603 engine, especially the 350 SD and SDL, which again are fantastic cars, even if they do have a bad reputation for engine problems, don't hesitate to ask us. We'll tell you all about them. In fact, we have several customers who have these cars who are absolutely married to them and love them to pieces. And in the face of buying a new Mercedes S-Class at $100,000 that'll be worthless in about 10 years, maybe rebuilding the engine on a 25-year-old car that's really sturdy and solid isn't such a bad idea after all. Anyway, subscribe to our channel and please enjoy driving your Mercedes Benz. Thank you so much.